When a child in our area is seriously sick or injured, their families often have to wait weeks or even months while they receive treatment. And many of these families travel far from home to receive this care. But just steps from Dell Children's Medical Center here in Austin, there is a place offering these families care, rest, and support for little to no cost.
This week, Ronald McDonald House is celebrating 40 years of this kind of work right here in Central Texas. Joining us today to talk more about that is Arden Whitley, Senior Development Director, and Kristen Coulter, the Chief Operations Officer. Welcome in to you both. Thanks so much for being here and taking the time.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
So before we discuss a little bit more about the work that Ronald McDonald House does in our community, Kristen, I want to talk to you because this work is very personal to you. Share a little bit more about how this affected your family.
Yeah, 6 years ago, unexpectedly, our family found ourselves at Dell Children's Medical Center when my son was 4 years old, and unfortunately experienced cardiac arrest. And so we were in a situation where it was a parent's worst nightmare, just not knowing what was going to happen, what it was going to look like. We live about an hour north of Austin, and so quickly after we realized we were going to be at Dell for quite some time for Owen's treatment and care, Ronald McDonald House came around and wrapped their arms around us, and that became our home away from home for about 2 months while Owen was treated there. And it was just an absolute blessing. It was a gift. It was something we didn't think we would ever need. And then unexpectedly, it was the greatest gift we could have ever asked for. It was just the fact that we had a place to stay every night, food prepared by wonderful volunteers and community partners, hot shower, just those simple, you know, I would say essentials that you forget about quickly when your focus is on the tragedy of what your child is going through. Yeah. And so Ronald McDonald House they came alongside us. They were with us through the entire journey. And now I have the greatest joy of being able to serve in this capacity as a Chief Operating Officer, providing programs and resources to families here in Central Texas.
And help so many more people.
Most definitely.
Yeah. It must be so special too to be able to relate to the families who you're serving. I just think that's really incredible. I do want you guys to give us more of a peek behind the doors of the house. So you mentioned a few of the things, of course, meals, a warm bed, just steps from the hospital there. But what are some of the other amenities that families can just rest in so they don't have to think about it while their child receives care?
Yeah, I would say really it's a home away from home. All the amenities that you would find at home. You've got 3 meals a day. You've got a warm bed. You've got the community of other families that are going through medical journeys. So that support system is built in there. We provide, for those that may not have transportation to and from the different hospital partner locations. And then most recently, we just launched a family support services initiative where we are going to have licensed professional counselors come alongside the family's entire journey, providing emotional support care for not only the parents, the grandparents, the siblings, so that they don't feel alone during this journey.
Well, we also want to ask you, it's not just about the house that people can stay in. There are also rooms, family rooms in the hospitals built into those facilities across our area. What are those and why are they important for people?
Yeah, our family rooms are in 7 different Central Texas hospitals. And really what they are is a day use lounge area where families can come, grab a hot meal, or just rest and relax away from the hustle and bustle of the hospital. Those family rooms also include sleeping rooms, bedrooms, where families can stay overnight. They're usually located just a few steps from our NICUs, our neonatal ICUs, so that those families can be only steps away from their child when their child is receiving medical care.
Okay, you guys are celebrating 40 years of serving families here in Central Texas. I know there's a big celebration tomorrow. How will you be marking this milestone?
We're truly excited and just so honored for our community to come alongside us for the celebration. We'll be celebrating at our Ronald McDonald House in Mueller from 4 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday. We invite all the public to be able to come and join us to celebrate. We'll have live music, we'll have food, we'll have cupcakes, we'll have some special activities and appearances by some local celebrities. And we're just truly excited to come alongside our community and really celebrate.
So special.
Yes, thank you both again so much for taking the time. I know ahead of this big moment, but we appreciate you all talking about this, and best of luck as you move into the future and expand even more here in our area.
Thank you so much. We're very grateful.
Yeah, let's